Our topic is Harrod Domar model. This is one of the important model in two theories. R.F. Harrod and E. Domar have made a distinct contribution in evolving dynamic models to suit the changing conditions of an economy. R.F. Harrod and E. Domar have made a distinct contribution in evolving dynamic models to suit the changes in changing conditions of an economy. Both the models are very similar and try to answer the questions posed by the post-Keynesians. The model has several similarities, and these two models are trying to answer the questions of post-Keynesians. In fact, one can say that Domer's model is an American version of Harrod's model, or alternatively, Harrod's model is an English version of Domer's model. Usually people say like this, Domer's model is an American version of Harrod model, or alternatively we can say Harrod model is an English version of Domer's model. Actually these two models arrived same conclusions and used almost same technical factors. Both these models stress on the conditions which are very essential for achieving and maintaining a steady growth rate of an economy. Both these models stress on the conditions which are very essential for achieving and maintaining steady economic growth. Like classical economists, Harrod and Domar assign a crucial role to capital accumulation and investment in the process of growth. These two models, uh, in these two models, plays a capital accumulation plays an important role. We know that classical economy, the main, we know that capital accumulation plays an important role. I mean, is an important factor of classical theories. Here also, Harrod and Domar also gave importance to this capital accumulation in their growth model. Or investment plays an important role in their growth model. In Harrod-Domar model, investment plays a double role. On one hand, investment through the operation of multiplier generates income, and on another hand, it raises the productive capacity by enlarging the capital stocks. Multiplier is the main contribution from the Keynesian side. At the same time, classicals gave importance to this productive capacity side. Okay. It means this Harrod-Domar model considered both classicals and Keynesian framework. Okay. The base of this Harrod-Domar model is actually Keynesian framework, but he also, both of them are used many technical terms of classicals as well as Keynesians. Okay. In their model, investment plays a double role. On one hand, investment through the operation of multiplier generates income, and on another hand, it raises the productive capacity by enlarging the capital stock. In other words, investment affect the level of income as well as production. Two side, production as well as income. Income through multiplier and production through productive capacity. So in these two models, investment affect the level of income as well as the production. The effect of investment on income is known as multiplier effect. This is Keynesian multiplier. The effect of investment on income is known as multiplier effect, and the effect of investment on production is known as productivity effect or sigma effect. The effect of investment on income is known as multiplier effect, and the effect of investment on production is known as productivity effect or sigma effect. Multiplier effect is a Keynesian tool. Productivity effect is a classical tool. Harrod Domar analysis take into consideration of both tools. Multiplier effect is a Keynesian tool, and productivity effect is a classical tool. Harrod Domar analysis take into consideration both classical as well as Keynesian tools. In short, Harrod Domar model strikes a synthesis between multiplier effect and productivity effect. Harrod Domar model strikes as a synthesis between multiplier effect and productivity effect. The simultaneous operation of these two effects is an essential condition for dynamic equilibrium. This is the basis for that model. The simultaneous operation of these two effects, income effect, multiplier effect and productivity effect, is an essential condition for dynamic equilibrium. The main assumptions of this model: an initial full employment level of income has already been achieved. We assume the full employment. An initial full employment level of income has already been achieved. And there is no government interference in the functioning of the economy. That is, the policy of laissez-faire prevails. It means classical assumption. There is no government interference in the functioning of the economy. Laissez-faire policy. And the model is based on a principle of closed economy. That is, there is no exogenous factors or forces influencing the growth variables of an economy. It's not an open economy, it's a closed economy. The model is based on the principle of closed economy. That is, there is no exogenous factors or forces influencing the growth variables of the economy. In short, government restrictions on trade and other complications caused by international trade are ruled out. It's a closed economy. There is a restrictions on the trade, international trade. And fourth assumption is there is no lags in adjustment. That is, economic variables such as savings, investment, income, and expenditure adjust themselves in the same period for time. There is no lags in the adjustment. That is, economic variables such as saving, investment, income, and expenditure adjust themselves in the same period of time. Usually, സേവിങ്ങോ ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെൻറ്റോ ഇഫക്റ്റ് ആവണമെങ്കിൽ ഇൻകത്തിൽ ഇഫക്റ്റ് ആവണമെങ്കിൽ it will take time. That means there is a lag. But the model assumes there is no lag in the adjustment process. Okay. We know what is multiplier. ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെൻറ്റിൻ്റെ ചേഞ്ചിനനുസരിച്ച് ഇൻകത്തിലുണ്ടാവുന്ന ചേഞ്ച് അല്ലേ, that change will take some time, after some time. but this model assumes there is no time lag. To make it clear, it can be stated that any change in saving brings about corresponding changes in the level of investment in the same period of time. There is no lag. All these variables related to the same period of time. Any change in saving brings about corresponding changes in the level of investment in the same period of time. സേവിങ് ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെന്റ് ആവാൻ ഒരു ടൈം എടുക്കും, പക്ഷെ ഇവിടെ അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ടൈം പറയുന്നില്ല. All these variables related to the same period of time. Fifth assumption is the average propensity to save APS and marginal propensity to save MPS are equal to each other. In other words, APS equal to MPS, marginal propensity to save. APS means S by B, savings by income. MPS means delta S by delta Y, change in saving to change in income. And APS equal to MPS means S by Y equal to delta S by delta Y. That is, absolute change in saving is equal to the relative change in saving. Absolute change in saving is equal to the relative change in saving. And the sixth assumption is propensity to save and capital coefficient, that is capital output ratio, are constant. Listen, propensity to save and capital coefficient. Capital coefficient means capital output ratio are constant. Propensity to save means S by Y. Here S by Y equal to delta S by delta Y. That is propensity to save. And capital coefficient means capital output ratio are constant. S by Y or delta S by Y and capital output ratio C by Y, whatever we can say, capital output ratio are constant. This is the main assumption of Harrod model. Other models, other growth models like Solo model and Calder model are mainly based on this assumption. They are critically evaluated Harrod model mainly based on this assumption. Okay. This is the main assumption of Harrod model, that is propensity to save and capital output ratio are constant. This is the main assumption of this model. Other models are developed mainly by criticizing this assumption. Okay. The law of constant returns operates in the economy because the capital output ratio is assumed constant. Okay, this model assumes propensity to save and capital coefficients or capital output ratio are constant. The law of constant return to scale operates in the economy because the capital output ratio is constant. Income, investment, saving are all defined in the net sense, that is, there are over and above depreciation. In other words, depreciation changes are not included in this variable. There is no depreciation in our model. Income, investment and saving are all defined in the net sense. Net sense depreciation consider. In other words, depreciation charges are not included in these variables. And last assumption is saving and investment are equal. Saving investment equality is third. That is the main framework of Keynesian model. Saving investment equality. Classical also assumes that. And saving and investment are equal in ex ante as well as ex post sense. That is, there is accounting as well as functional equality between saving and investment. And there is accounting as well as functional equality between saving and investment. Okay, thank you.